Hey, this is Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment and Inner Sanctum Radio, and we are so honored this afternoon to have with us Miss Deirdre Parker. Miss Parker, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
We are glad to have you here. Now, Deirdre, you are a new business owner,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, I am.
Okay, so could you tell me a little bit about your business?
Yes, the name of my business is Dedicated Personalization Concierge. Basically, what I have is a virtual assistance business. I do virtual assistance worldwide. That's my logo.
Okay.
Worldwide virtual assistance. Um, Let me make your job easier. So basically, what I do is the things that business owners, entrepreneurs, startups, different things, small businesses, things that they don't want to do, basically like emails, customer service,
That was like me.
you know, returning phone calls, vamping through people who they may need to do other services for them. I do those types of things. Schedule meetings, book flights, book trips, anything basically. I do the tedious work that you really have to, that you need done,
Hmm.
but you don't have time to do it because you need to focus on your business. Let me
Okay.
handle those things for you. So if I can take that off your plate, then you have more time to work on your actual business.
Wow. That's almost like being a executive administrative assistant virtually.
Exactly. And then the thing, what the great part of it is,
Hmm.
there's no overhead to the person that I work for because
Okay.
you don't have to pay for me to be in the office. You don't have to pay for me to have health insurance. You don't have to pay taxes,
Yeah.
things like that. Because I'm at my own office
Okay.
and we're meeting via Zoom or Teams
Hmm.
or whichever, however you want to do it. If you want to do it over a conference call or whatever, you basically send me your information of the things that you need done. I take care of it. I send it to you. I have a contract. I also have things that I do for people where it's either done on an as needed basis or I do contracts. I have monthly retainers. I also do I'm sorry, resume revisions and revamps.
Oh,
So
that
I have my hands in a little bit of everything,
I
girl.
see. That is so awesome. It's like you're taking all of the busy work away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because if I can take that off your plate, then you can make those big calls to make those big dollar moves, to leverage your business to where you need it to be and not worry about the tedious things
That
because those are taken care of.
that is awesome. So, do you do bookkeeping as well?
I can do bookkeeping right now. That's not a service that I offer. However, I will be offering it by the end of the year, for sure at the beginning of the year.
Wow, that is so amazing because I can think of a whole lot of things that I could be having you do. It's like, oh my God, I need this woman. This is so crazy. How did you get started with this?
Well, I've actually been doing it for over 15 years. I've worked for several different people
Hmm.
in different states, but at that time they were calling it working remotely.
Okay.
The new thing is a virtual assistant. So I'm like, okay, I can do that, and then it's working for myself, doing the things that I can get done.
Hmm.
I just did a resume for a husband and wife. They needed their resumes revamped. Was able to get that done for them within 2 days. They got me the information that they had and everything.
Hmm.
Even though they gave me stuff all the way back to the 80s, their work and employment history. And I
Okay.
just want note to people, employers only want 10 years of work history.
Okay.
And resumes are only supposed to be one page.
Okay.
you know. But it's and my mantra in life is, and I've always said this, anybody that knows me knows this, I was put here to serve and not to sit. My passion is helping people.
Okay.
So whatever I can do to help anybody,
Mhm.
that's what I do. And to have this business is just feeling that need.
That's awesome. As a new entrepreneur, was it a really big challenge for you? I mean, I know that you've done this for over 15 years, but was this a really big challenge for you to start this business? Because, you know, a lot of people, when they want to say, I'm going to start a business, and they're not really sure how to get started, or what they're at, where their avenue is going to take them. Was it really hard for you to just really get into this business as a virtual assistant?
Yes and no, because I knew what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
However, I didn't know the necessary steps, the actual protocol.
Okay.
So I had a business, what I thought was an actual business,
Okay.
running it the way I thought it was supposed to have been ran. You know, I got an EIN, I got a DBA, you know, got a phone number, got me a pretty
Right.
logo and everything. But I never thought about the other parts, the getting the LLC, having an actual license, and doing those things like that. But then I went through this amazing boot camp where the foundation was laid.
Kudos for boot camp. Okay.
Yes, I mean, and it was just like awesome because I was taken from knowing absolutely nothing. Well, what I thought I knew
Mhm.
to realizing that I absolutely didn't know anything, and realizing, okay, there's a blueprint for this, you know, and was provided with the steps to get it all laid out and get it done. And so now I'm in a good place because I have the things that I need to actually grow my business. And
Right.
I know that now I can have different entities under one business name and not have to try to have a business over here under this name and have a business over here and have this with an EIN and this with, you know, because I was like, oh yeah, I have lots of ideas for businesses.
Okay.
I was going to be all over the place.
I I agree with you because I also went through that boot camp, and I was talking to Miss Maya, uh, and she had asked me a question and saying, what did I find different? And I was like, it's really strange that you think you know, but you don't really know. And you're right, and have to sit down and figure out, well, I thought I knew, but
Right.
there are so many different things that I didn't, and it was just an amazing program. It was just an amazing program, and I am so glad that I had the opportunity to participate in that. So I totally agree with you there.
Yes, ma'am.
As a new entrepreneur, if someone wanted to get into your particular field, and again, if they don't have the access to the boot camp like we had,
Mhm.
um, what advice would you give them?
I would suggest to hone in on their skills, things that they can do and do well.
Okay.
Things such as, say, for example, if they're good at graphic designs, and that's something with being a virtual assistant, they can do flyers for people. They can also work with doing social media posts because everybody's always looking for someone to make flyers or do posts and things for them.
Mhm.
That's something they can do. But it's all about taking your passion or your hobby and putting it with your gift, because it's basically that's what it is. It's our gift and our purpose that
Okay.
God has given us, and we just have to cultivate it. And once we put those things together and know that we're good at it,
Mhm.
take some other additional classes if you need to learn a little bit more about something or the right way to put it, you know, get
Right.
it lined up the way it should be. But and most of all, to believe in yourself. Put blinders on, block out all of the naysayers, and just believe in yourself. And for every person that tells you that, oh, you're not gonna be able to do that, oh, that can't be done, you That don't make no sense. You just go harder and stronger to prove them wrong.
That is some really awesome advice. Miss Deirdre, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. So I do want you to tell everybody how to get in touch with you, reach out. They want to hire you. They just want to follow up and maybe have some questions and stuff that they may have for you. How do we reach you?
Okay, you can reach me on my website. It's dpcworldwide.com.
Mhm.
It's D as in dedicated, P as in personalization, C as in concierge, worldwide, because I work for anybody, anywhere in the world. It's not a problem. .com. My Instagram is dedicated personalization, and my Facebook is dedicated personalization
Okay.
concierge as well.
Okay.
Um, I can be reached by phone at 346-318-2088. If I'm not available to take your call, please leave a message and someone will reach out to you within the next 24 to 48 hours.
I love this. I love this. So you know, I'm writing all this info. I will go back and look at this and write all that information down. Right.
Not a problem.
You
Not a problem.
you just hit on quite a number of points that I may definitely need some help with at some particular
Oh,
time.
and that's what I'm here for. Like I said, if it's not if it's not on an as needed basis,
Hmm.
I definitely have retainer packages where I do as little as 10 hours a month or 10 hours a week, 20 hours a month, 20 hours a week. It's whatever works for the client,
Got it.
and just the way it is we get together, we talk about it, what your needs are, and then we go from there and work out a program and a plan and see how we want to go from there.
I am so impressed. I really am. I mean, I was like, there's some stuff, like I keep saying, there's so many things I need to talk to you about. But we will do that offline. Ms. D,
Okay.
thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and we really appreciate it. You have
Thank
to come back now, though. You know that, right?
Yes, ma'am, and I appreciate you because this has been really nice. I mean, a nice little interview. And I'm so, Nisa, I just want to say that I commend you and I'm so proud of you for
Oh,
all the things that you have going on. You up and coming as well, girl.
I'm working on it. I am
It's
working.
called favor. As long as you do right, it's
Yep.
gonna always be there for you.
See, me and Miss Deirdre, we got it like that.
That's it.
We
That's
got
great minds think alike, baby.
It's like, okay, so we're gonna go offline, but we're gonna pick a time to ask you to really to come back to just kind of give us an update of what you're doing and where
Okay.
you are from here and just go. And I'm just so glad and thank you so much.
You are so very welcome again. If anybody needs my assistance, 346-318. No, that's the number. 346. Yeah, 346-318. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's okay, because it's like you have all this stuff running around. It's like me sometimes. I have all this stuff running around in my head and trying to make sure that I give out the right information to the right people. So I get it. I get
Right,
it.
because I also have a foundation. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm giving the correct phone number for the correct programs because I don't want to get them all confused. But for my concierge service, the phone number is 346-318-2088, dpcworldwide.com.
Okay. Before we go, and you did, and thank you for so much for reminding me. Your foundation. What is your foundation about?
My foundation is called the Dejan All Day Parker Foundation. It's in memory of my son who passed away in 2015.
Mhm.
He was actually a senior in college, about to his dream in life was to go and play basketball in the league. He had just turned down the opportunity to play basketball in Europe, but his dream was, he always said, once I make it to the league, I'm going to have a foundation where I can help the kids in the neighborhood because he played AAU and everything, and he wanted them to be able to experience the mentorships and the tutorings and the travel and the different things that he had been privy to, so that they can know that it's more than about where you start. You
Oh,
know, a lot of things that can come into that that can help you go further.
okay.
And so since he passed away, then I had to just take it upon myself to do that.
Wow. So is there a particular criteria that you need to participate in some of the things that the foundation has going on?
No, ma'am. It's just basically what I do is my main thing right now. What I've been doing for the past 5 years, I do a back to school drive. I fill book bags with school supplies. I mean, everything from paper, pens, pencils, highlighters, color pencils, crayons, scissors, glue, because I give from pre-K all the way up to college.
Wow.
And it's something to make sure that they have the basis, you know, to just get them started.
Okay.
Because I know what it's like to be a single parent and trying to make sure that all of the kids have something to
Okay.
get started with school. So basically, I do that, and right now I'm working on an actual building. I have different tutors and mentors in place in different states because he went to school. We were originally from Louisiana, but we moved to Atlanta where he graduated from high school. Then he went to Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee, and then he went to University of Indianapolis. So I have satellite spots in those areas to
Wow.
where I have mentors and tutors in place that are working with kids there. But my main location is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Congratulations. That sounds so awesome. That is so awesome. And you're right. I can tell that you have a service gift, and that's a blessing right there.
Thank you.
Okay. So your next event that you have through your foundation, would you please come back and talk to us a little bit and see how we can help you at all, whether it's through promotions or donations or anything like that?
Definitely, I would definitely. I appreciate you asking. Yes, ma'am. I'll be honored to do so.
Yes, we are in business.
Yes.
Okay, this has been Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment and the Inner Sanctum Radio. Back to you in the studio.